So today, we're playing the Pyromancer, and we are empowering our stone golems with guard power, which will activate our golems to deal massive damage and provide tons of block. Plus, we might even give them a pretty big sword, but they may have to share it. But hey, check it out and let me know what you think of it. Okay, let's go and jump some rank games with a random character and see what we're going to get today. So it looks like we're playing the Pyromancer. We do start off with a bag of stones, and we also get a stone badge. So that's exactly what we're going to be building today. So we definitely want to start out by grabbing the frying pan. I'm going to grab the chili that's on sale. That's going to be crazy good value. We're going to be grabbing this heat. Now I'm going to save a gold actually. We're going to move on. And now this is not going to be a crazy round one because we've got a bag of stones with no stones. But with a frying pan, with our chili pepper, we should get a bit of heal along with a block. But is that going to be actually enough to actually win our first rounds? Because our opponent is going to be inflicting a lot of poison, a lot of blinds. And potentially, unfortunately, we do end up missing, so there's not even a chance. Just pausing the video here very quickly, just to ask you to subscribe. It really helps me out. Thanks. Now let's get back to the video. I don't think even if we did hit, there was going to be a chance. So for now, I'm going to be grabbing a burning coal. I'm going to have to roll quite significantly to be looking for some stones. So I'm going to keep rolling. We managed to get one stone, which is pretty darn good for us. I'm also going to take a garlic and I'm going to roll once more. And one more time. Unfortunately, we're not finding any stones, which is really not great. But we're going to have to rock on for now. We did get a little emeralds from our stone badge, which I much prefer actually grabbing some stones. But we'll see. Now we could have also crafted up a shovel to be getting some extra stones. That's something we actually want to change. Our opponent also has a similar setup with a frying pan with a bunch of food items, with a wooden buckler to be preventing a lot of damage. But so far, this is looking way better for us because we do have a bag of stones and our DPS has increased quite significantly since we actually got a stone. So not too bad overall. Now actually, we're starting to get some stones, which is going to be pretty darn good. But we're going to be moving on once again. Our opponent is running a broom, wooden sword. They could be making better use of this whetstone. Getting extra damage on both weapons. But they're actually doing quite a bit of damage. But they did have that strong health pot to be giving a lot of healing. But we should be able to eventually pass now. However, it's going to be a little bit closer than I thought it was going to be. But actually, smashing. Not close whatsoever. What the hell am I talking about? Now, I really want to go for some stone golem type builds. So we're going to be taking that guard power. Guard power is going to be stacking regen and empower. So that should be perfect for us. I'm going to roll, talking about stacking regen. That was some regen that we should have taken. We're going to be grabbing the storage. We're going to be moving out a little bit. I'm going to sell this gemstone and this, and we're going to be crafting up a shovel. And we could also go for a mana orb. Is that something we actually want? We could craft up that moon shield, which if you do have double stone golem, moon shield is going to be quite a lot of mana, so we could get a big mana buff explosion. But for now, I'm going to be rocking on. We'll reserve it. We might take it in the next shop, potentially. We should be in a pretty decent spot with guard power. To be stacking up some regen, to be stacking up some power, increasing the damage on our stones, increasing our striability. We should get a big power spike right now anyways. And actually, awesome for sure. Now the thing is, we could be crafting up strong stone skin potions, but I still really want to go for stone golem type builds. So I'm going to be rolling another bag of stones, which we're 150,000% going to reserve and actually grab. But hey, we're going to be moving on once again. Now this should be much better since we have a chili pepper. That is going to be a class item, along with our flames. So all in all, it shouldn't be too bad. But hey, we are going to begin opponents with a lucky piggy bank, which is going to be inflicting more blind on us. They're going to have some extra damage with that shepherd's crook. So we could be in a little bit of trouble. But actually, so far, smashing. Not too bad overall, actually. Now we're going to want some healing herbs. We're going to grab a bag of stones. We're going to roll once. We could grab another burning coal. What's you going to take? I'm going to sell the shiny shelter roll once again. And unfortunately, I'm going to move on with this for now. Now let's see, we are going to begin a Snow Cake Berserker, which is going to be inflicting a lot of frost on us, which is definitely a little less than ideal. Slowing us down is not exactly what we want, but still, we should be in a pretty decent spot overall. Now, if we also had a stone skill, we would be stacking up a lot of block, but smashing overall. I'm going to roll. I don't exactly want any of these items. We're going to be taking another stamina sack because that's another freaking stone. We're going to be grabbing as much stones as possible as we roll. That's another bag of stones and an undead for that matter, which I'm definitely going to want. But for now, let's keep moving on. Now actually, this is looking like a crazy setup. Artifact stone heats would pop. This is going to be going super fast and giving it crazy damage. It's going to be awesome. Now we got super lucky. Actually, take it back. They managed to get that heat thresholds. But can our barrage of stones outpace our opponents? All we need is one more hit. And smashing. We barely survived there. Holy moly. Way too close for comforts. So since we've guard power, which is going to be stacking up regen and empower, I do actually want to go for burning banner, which we did get a lightsaber, which will be permanent blind on our opponent if we take a lightsaber. We do have enough for 2 stone golems. Or do we try to be greedy and try to go for 3? First of all, let's grab this. Amulet of Energy. That's going to be insanely good for us once we get our stone golems. It will be insanely good for our lightsaber too. So maybe we actually sell this. But it does mean we're going to be having a harder time actually getting our stones. But I'm still going to sell it. Sell you. Sell you. Add this in. That's going to be pretty darn good for us. And yeah, we're going to have to wait around to grab these items. But this should be pretty darn smashing because we're going to have a lot of regen stacking. The problem is we're not going to be stacking up any more in power, but we should be able to turbo inflict a lot of blind. Meaning our survivability should be skyrocketing. And yeah, this is looking crazy good for sure. Let's grab this bit of storage. Let's grab this too. Roll once. Roll again. Get another fanny pack for now also. But yeah, I'm going to be moving on. So we did put our fanny packs in on our lightsaber and our burning banner. So all in all, this should be smashing. Now we're going to begin opponents who is not going to be too much trouble, to be quite honest. And smashing. All we need is that big barrage of stones. And it's crazy good. Now out of all these options, I'm thinking strongly about taking Bagtacular. Increasing the speed of our fanny packs, increasing our stamina regen. Not so much. But also getting those protective little purse to be getting a lot of block. We're going to be grabbing this. We're going to be rolling. Okay, we'll actually be taking a custom card. We're also going to grab this too. Let's roll again. I'm going to move on once again. So basically all we need to do is find those hard containers, which is why I took the customer card. So all it shouldn't be too bad. Now that's a crazy amount of blinds, and since we have the Amulet of Energy, we should be able to not use up as much regen. And smashing actually. This is actually looking pretty darn awesome. Now we finally got a hard container, which is going to be one of our stone golems, which should be smashing. I'm going to sell a flame to roll once. I'm actually going to sell some flames and 2 gemstones. I actually grab this extra storage because we do need our barrages of stones to keep going for now also. But we'll see. Once we get our stone golem in, we should be in a fantastic spot. The problem is we might need to get rid of our lightsaber because we're going to be using up a lot of our regen, which is a little less than ideal, but smashing all the same. And we do end up with a 40 DPS, which is not terribly bad, which is pretty good for this point of the game. We have no heals really, to be honest, and we have no block. Our main defense is blind, so if we come across someone stacking a bunch of luck or using a magic torch, mana thirst combo, we're going to be in a little bit of a rough spot. But it is what it is. Now we're going to make a big pivot. We're going to sell our lightsaber, we're going to take an Impractically Large greatsword. We're going to roll, and we're going to sell 2 flames to actually grab this bit of storage also. But yeah, we're going to move on. We do have it set up in this way, so this stone golem is going to be dealing quite a bit of damage. We should be able to stack up a turbo amount of regen for our stone golem, and we should be able to get a ton of empower, making a Impractically Large greatsword go super fast, and this should be smashing. for sure. And we're definitely going to grab the storage. We're going to roll. We got a hard container on sale for 6. Which is crazy. Crazy insane. Now we're also going to want this undead phenomena. So we're going to have to take it, but we are going to roll on. And we should be able to get a second stone golem, which should be crazy insane. We did proc one of our stone golems, which is going to be stacking up our power, which makes our Practically Large Greatsword go nuts. But unfortunately, it's looking super close, and we do end up falling short to the Dancing Dragon, which is, unfortunately, really not great. With double stone golem, we should be in a super fantastic spot. Let's grab this, and all we need is one more stone, and we could potentially craft up a third one. I'm gonna roll. We could take another bag of stones, which I'm going to. We do want to grab more protected purse because that's going to be more armor first. And that's another freaking hard container. All we need is one more stone. And we also got ourselves a mana orb, which, honestly, which is not going to be any value to us, to be quite honest. So we actually want to get rid of it. But for now, I'm going to rock on with this situation. We might as well just add this in. And yeah, let's keep going. Now, if we did have Amethyst Steel, we would be in a super fantastic spot overall. But we'll see. We should be able to get a ton of empower. We proc our stone golem. Our Practically Large Greatsword starts going nuts. We proc our second stone golem. And we have tons and tons of block. And this is just straight up amazing for sure. Guard power golems looking pretty darn awesome. Definitely looking pretty darn awesome. Now we're going to take our hard container. We will roll once. We're going to sell that mana orb. And we're going to be placing this hard container in. We're going to roll once. We could actually sell our custom card now to try and find ourselves a stone. For one more flamethrower one more time. And we could end up just grabbing another hard container so we stack up even more regen. I think that's our plan. Because if we stack up a crazy amount of regen, it means we can just keep turbo stacking in power. And the faster we do get our regen stacked up, the faster we get our stone golems online, and the faster they can actually deal a crazy amount of damage. So in all, shouldn't be too bad overall. Our opponent is inflicting quite a bit of frost on us. But this is looking super smashing for us. Actually, that stamina proc might be too bad for us. But amazing. Definitely a super fun build. We're going to be grabbing a hard container. We're going to be selling you two to be grabbing this too. And we have to try to figure out how we're going to fit that in. We're going to sell you to roll once. And I was hoping that we actually find a stone. But yeah, I'm going to be moving on like this. We did fit our hard container in like so. And yeah, we should have an easier time scaling up a bunch of regen. Allowing us to stack up our power. Getting our stone golems online. Our opponent is removing some of our buffs, which is not so great. And they're actually dealing quite a bit of damage too with those dragons. But we did proc both our stone golems right now. We should be smashing overall. And actually, amazing. Let's grab the storage. Let's actually grab a fanny pack. Let's roll for now. Mana orb, prismatic orb. Rogue potion. We probably should have taken that rogue potion. And we could also settle, try to find an amethyst steel. We did get ourselves amulet of energy, which is actually perfect. For sure. Okay, so we did move our whole set around. It looks pretty much similar, but we did make better use of our fire pit. We do have our amulets of energy targeting our hard containers, so we start stacking up that regen from the very beginning. And we're making better use of our fanny packs. We also have a guard power to be targeting 3 of our class items, which should be smashing now. Unfortunately, I would have liked to grab a triple stone golem. That would have been nuts for sure. But it is what it is. We're going to be rocking on with this setup for now. So we should be able to get our regen stacked up pretty darn fast. Proccing our stone golem, give us some power for an Impractically Large Greatsword. And yeah, this is just looking pretty darn smashing overall. Guard power golems seems straight up nuts for sure. It seems straight up awesome fun for sure. Okay, we're definitely going to be grabbing a set of healing herbs. We're going to roll. And we're going to see if we can actually find one final stone. Or some healing herbs. Which, I mean, we're going to have to take because that means we're going to be proccing our stone golem pretty much instantly. Let's roll one more time, and we might as well reduce our opponent's healing more than anything. But this is it. Guard Power Golems. We're looking pretty darn smashing overall. So now we should be able to get one of our golems online straight away. And we'll see, is this going to be good enough? Can we win out? We are going to begin a double axe berserker with some crit chance, which is going to be kind of crazy, especially with those hawk runes. So we could be in a little bit of trouble, but we have procced both stone golems pretty much instantly, which is straight up nuts. And Impractically Large Great Sword is going crazy now. Our opponent does have that invulnerability. We have stacked up a lot of max life with Butterheart containers. But that double axe dealt 100 damage. And that battle rage is lasting for quite some time, which might actually lose us the fight. Although we're dealing big damage. And it's kind of a race to finish and smashing actually. A super fun build to finish out. A race to see who wins out. So we do end up with a 56 DPS, which definitely is downgraded quite a bit since our opponent did have some badger runes. And they have a lot of damage mitigation for sure. So our damage should actually be a hell of a lot higher. Now we do end up with a 360 total block, which is pretty darn good. As for healing, yeah, our healing not so great, about 7.5. But we did get 160 max life. So between our max life and our block, we ended up with quite a lot of effective HP. Now we did end up with 4 lives left. Let's go and see just how much rank points we actually managed to get. Plus 15 ranks up quite a bit actually. But anyways, I'm going to leave you here for now. Just want to say thanks for watching. And if you enjoyed the video, please leave a like, comment, or even consider subscribing. And I hope to keep looking for the next one. See you next time.